Hello again. It's been about a month now since I became single. Uh, Maybe about 3 weeks since I actually began living on my own. Things are going okay. Um, I'm keeping on top of my finances. I'm eating properly. I would say properly, but I'm eating. You know. Um, Still gonna work every day. But more importantly, me and the exes are still communicating, still getting on well, still trying to help each other where we can. We are remaining friends, which is what we both wanted, and I'm very glad of that. So, just to point out, I don't like the situation, but I am getting used to it. It is getting a little bit easier. I still have them moments of sadness and loneliness. Um, Evenings and weekends I've found uh, mainly the worst parts because I spend a lot of that time on my own. Um, However, having said that, there have been a few people in particular that have tried to keep my spirits up and keep me motivated and offered advice. You know, I've got the two cats keeping me company. um, I got invited out by a few workmates to go to the pub one afternoon. That was really nice. Um, Sadly, though, there have been a couple of people who I'd send them a message, see how they were doing, catch up. It's been a while. How are you? You know, they'd be chatting away, kind of thing. And at some point, I'd deliver the bad news, and then literally that was the last thing said in the conversation. It's Suddenly they started to ignore me. I thought, oh wow. I mean, these weren't face-to-face conversations or over the phone. It was through like Messenger. So you know when you send somebody a message and then it'll say read at the bottom, so you know they've read it. Excuse me. So yeah, I'd say, well, look, unfortunately, me and the missus have parted ways, and then dead silent. You know, no reply, not even so much as oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm kind of hoping it was just, maybe the situation made them feel a bit awkward and they didn't really know what to say to it. But you know when you think somebody's a friend and what have you, and then maybe they're not. Who knows? They're not saying now. Anyway, that was like literally a couple of people out of quite a few who've actually been really supportive. Even one of my sisters-in-laws sent me a message out of the blue the other day saying she just wanted to check in on me, see how I was, you know, which I thought was really, really nice, you know. I mean, I don't know why I'm so surprised, really, because it's not like anybody's fallen out or anything. There's been no big bust-ups, no big arguments, or, anything like that. No hatred, nothing. But, I don't know, sometimes maybe people don't want to be seen to be taking sides kind of thing, but I don't know. I don't know why I'm surprised, but all the same, it's nice that my sister-in-law messaged. It's nice that other people have, invited me to things, sent me messages, helped me keep busy, helped me keep my spirits up and that, you know. It's really good. So I'm getting used to my new routine. Having to make sure money's in place for this, that's paid, you know, got enough groceries in, all that kind of thing. All those things that everybody does every day. But now I'm doing it on my own, obviously. But as I say, I'm getting used to it all. It feels like things are falling into place, and I hope they are. I don't feel brilliant, but I don't feel quite as upset as I did throughout the previous videos I've made, you know, since this all came about. I aren't doing great, but I'm doing better, you know, so on the up and up. So that in itself is a positive. And I always knew that things would eventually start to get better, and they are. And I also knew that I've just got to get on with it, and I've still just got to get on with it and continue to get on with it, and hopefully this trend of things feeling better, getting better, will carry on and just continue to get better and better. Throughout this past few weeks, I have had the opportunity to talk to people, friends, workmates, and, you know, they've allowed me to get things off my chest and have a bit of a rant and just share my feelings, really, which I was really glad of. I mean, nobody can do anything about it, but just to be able to say things and blow off a bit of steam really does help. And I think I've said in a previous video about the stigmatism of being a man, and we're not supposed to have feelings, and we've got to be tough and what have you. Well, I've got to, you know, that is a load of shite. It is the biggest load of fucking bollocks. If you're a man and that's how you think, then there's something wrong with you. During this situation and during this tough time, the best thing I ever did was bare my soul. And I mean, really let loose and completely open up and talk about my feelings. And tell people who were listening how I really felt. And at one point that even meant completely breaking down in floods of tears in front of my boss at work. And I'll tell you what, he didn't flinch. He didn't fucking flinch. Right? He just sat, he listened, he let me say what I had to say. I cried. But I'll tell you for free, I felt so much better after it. So anybody that thinks, whether you're a man or a woman, anybody that thinks it don't do any good to talk, you need your head testing. The worst thing you can do is bottle it up. I can only imagine if I'd bottled it up, what would have gone on. I mean, these days I try and be quite a mild-mannered person. You know, I try and be calm and relaxed and friendly. I'd rather be people's friend than anything else because it's so much easier. But I do know inside that there is a bit of a bad temper when I let it go, and this would have been the perfect opportunity for me to let it go, but it's not the way. I've learned as I've got older, it's not the way. So what you've really got to do is just sit down and just talk and tell your friends, your family, your stranger, some people at an organisation, the Samaritans, whatever. Just say the words. It really does make you feel better. And not just in the sense of if you've had a marriage breakdown. Anything, a bereavement, you've lost your job, stressed out with anything. You've got to talk about it. I can't stress that enough. So moving forward, what does the future hold for me? I don't know. I really don't know. Like I've already said, I hope things continue to improve in my daily life and get better. I hope I start to feel better. Do I want another girlfriend or partner or whatever? Well, I don't know. Maybe eventually at some point. I'm not particularly looking, but you don't know what's around the corner, do you? So I guess for now, I'm gonna continue to get up in the morning and put one foot in front of the other and see where the day leads me. No, I don't want to be on my own for the rest of my life. I can't say there's anyone in my eye line for that matter. There's nobody that's really caught my eye. Feels a bit strange to think about being with someone else when I've been with the same person for the last 25 years. And if you wanted to, if you thought about asking me, do I still love her? Then yes, I do. Yeah, I do. I do still love her. You can't just and switch all that off. I'll probably always love her in some way or other. Currently, she's had more than half of my life, you know. So future-wise, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, really. I'll get up tomorrow, do what I need to do. I'll get up the next day, do what I need to do. I think I'll just go with the flow and see what happens, see where life takes me, or see where I take life, one or the other. So I've been thinking about these videos a bit, and obviously I've only recorded and uploaded as and when I felt like it, and that's probably going to remain the same. But even though I know there ain't a great many people watching these things, I'm not real bothered. It don't matter. It's just an outlet for me. But if anybody does want to get in touch with me about any of this, I'll leave an email address in the description box or wherever it is you leave these frigging things. And if you want to email me, just put in the title, in the subject bar, becoming single, and I'll know what it's about. But I'll sign off for now, and I'll record again when I feel like it. Cheers.